Me. It might be better, I think. I think that's better. What up, what up? What up, Dark Emperor? Blood Bowl was supposed to be Friday night, and then the opponent had internet issues, and so we're playing tomorrow night. So yeah, tomorrow night. What up, what up? What up, Snedge? What up, Flanders? What up, Tinker? Downloaded 10th edition rules for 40k. Nice. Yeah, I've got, I looked at all my armies. I'm very pleased with them. In fact, I was thinking today and working a bit on my Mazrog Scragbad, and then my Catan, I don't know what it's called, Void Dragon Man. So right now he's primed all silver, so I need to paint this stuff not silver. Yeah. And then I also have this Skink Starseer, but I kind of wanted a 40k today. Tinker with the 300 bits. Thank you for the 300 bits, Tinker. Thank you, thank you. There's a Sloth Man, Beast Man from back in the day. That's pretty cool. I actually won my Beast of Chaos game on Wednesday, Thursday. I played a game last week. I won. It was pretty good. All right. So what do I got here? I've got paint all over it. Contrast paints here. Shade paints here. Skeleton Horror. I moved that over here. I got technical mud. Alright, there's all the shades. Actually, let's put these shades back. Or here where they should be. Okay. That's a little better. Alright. Let's see. So I'm gonna start, I think, with these things. This is also broken off from... Where's this supposed to attach? Oh, it's supposed to be in the front. It's supposed to be here. Oh, that's a little broken. I can kind of fix that whenever. Doesn't matter too much. Let's see. Okay. I need green. Green. Probably a moot green. Probably be good. Shake it. I'm gonna have to really shake this one, actually. I can already tell it is. It's been a while. Whew. Yeah. There we go. Come on. Oh. All right. Let's check it. Nope. That ain't it. That ain't it, Chief. Fun night. I have this balanced so Crendor is left ear but rightmost screen. What the shit are you doing? Come on, Moot Green. Alright, let's check again. Alright, that's a little better. We're getting there. Getting there, getting there. What up, Pokemon Professor Millie Miltank? I never catch the Crendor stream, only YouTube. This is awesome. Hey. Welcome. Alright. This is good enough. What brush do I want? I'm gonna use this one. Should be good. Alright. There we go. A little bit. And the old wet palette. A little bit of water. Perfect. Actually.
Thanks.
Yeah, we're good. Let's test. Let's test it like down here. Oh man, this is gonna be a lot of painting. Yes, sirree. Oh boy. Yeah. Zarkor the Orc with the 9 months. Thank you, Zarkor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Sweet. Thank you for the 9 months. Zarkor. Ding, ding, ding. I have to... Uh-oh. Void Dragon hit the, hit the camera stand thing. Classic. Alright. Underneath. Alright. So, this is definitely going to need 2 coats. And we're going to have to do it a lot. Alright, perfect. Most things need 2 coats, but you know. In fact, what if I just kind of start going crazy? I mean, really, I'm gonna paint it all anyway. So let's see how this will work. It's kind of like a dry brush, wet brush, a wet dry brush. It's kind of going over the top, you know? I'm not an expert. This is fine. I mean, uh-oh. It looks alright. Yeah. Get underneath here. Okay, I actually like the silver base coat, because it helps it kind of pop a bit more when it's supposed to be glowing. Alrighty. A bit in there. Alright. God. Guess we'll go down here a bit. Okay. Good. Just kinda... There we go. Hit it with the old dry brush technique, but without being dry. Good. I don't even know if that's a... They're like little bits, doesn't matter. I mean, it's, you know, it's working. Slowly but surely. You're doing the Void Dragon. I love painting mine. Easily cracks the top 10 coolest model. It is pretty sick. I like this model a lot. And now with new 40k and Necron's actually seemingly good, I'm pretty excited. I'm happy because all my Xenos armies are looking good. That's all I care about. Get in there. Yeah. More down here. Just gotta get it in all little cracks.
Thanks.
Like so. Go up here.
Thanks.
Yeah, jeez. Okay. I mean, yeah. It's actually not looking bad. I haven't done the back yet, but we're doing it. Hugwolf with the 52 months. Loving the GW has been giving more support to the Xenos factions. Hope we get plastic Eldar warriors soon. Thank you, Hugwolf. Swing. Thank you. And Metal Bard with the 29 months. Hello. 9. Swing. There were 29 months. Alrighty. More in there. Let's see. Is a Death Guard player thanks. Also keep Admech in your thoughts. They got hit hard. Yeah, I heard that. I do remember old Admech was like played by rocket scientists though, so it's not too surprising, I guess, because they kind of simplified a lot. Gonna hit this a little more moot green here. Is that yours? This model? Yeah. I only paint my own. I don't paint anyone else's. Sinvicta with the 63 months. Okay, coach, here we go. Ready for some Todd bullshit. Tim time plays coach. Bucks suck coach. Succaneers coach. Battleship coach. Thank you, Sinvicta. 63 months. And the big time Succaneer resub. I'll clap when my paint runs dry here. That is a big thing. People do tend to heavily compare their armies to the previous books. That happens in Age of Sigmar as well. Like, I remember when Skaven came out, Some guy was like, how is this gonna synergize with the thing? And it's like, well, you don't use that anymore. He's like, how is this gonna work with the points? It's like, well, the points are changing and you haven't seen it. He's like, oh. Or the same with Seraphon. Back when the Seraphon book came out, like the old one, people literally were like, people were like, the Seraphon suck now because I can't do my skink spam retreat list. And then the new book was insane. And then the new book comes out now, and then they're just like, I can't do my other thing I used to do with monsters, and now I have to use these things. And it's just like, it mainly just sucks if you have certain things you play with and you can't play with those anymore, or other units get buffed and you gotta change. So I get that, but some people also just complain just to complain. And it might blow your mind, right? Complaining on the internet? That wouldn't occur. As a Sisters player, I have to actually pray to kill vehicles. Hey, just use this guy. He's pretty good at killing vehicles. He's not a sister of battle, but I guess you're out of luck. All right, you can pray to the Void Dragon. Let's see here. I'm also happy that all my Xenos factions are good. So here's the thing. I was going to play my factions whether they sucked ass or if they were good. You know what I mean? Like, that's just me. Like, if orcs are terrible, I'm still going to play orcs because I like orcs. If Necrons are bad, I'll still play them, but I'll end up playing orcs. But now Necrons are good. So that's good. I'm actually playing a 40k game on Tuesday, and I don't know what I'm going to play yet. I was going to play Necrons or Orcs, surprising, because I haven't built all my Tyranids yet. I have like, what is it? I have the Leviathan box plus a couple other things. I think I have like 1,100 Tyranid points. I need to build another like 900. But with Orcs and Necrons, I already have full armies, so I'm like, well, I'll play Tyranids later. Plus, I've been wanting to play Orcs and Necrons for a while. So I got my, here's my Mozrog Scragbad. Ready to scrag. It's gotta get painted. Oh yeah, I didn't clap for Sinvicta. Hold on. 1, 2, 3. Swing. There we go. Actually, I get up in here. There we go. So my orc list is very good. It's actually a top tier competitive list. Uh-oh. It's probably gonna blow your mind. It's 12 Squig Riders, Mozrog Scragbad, a Stompa, a Kill Rig, 10 Beast Boys, a couple of Sky Flying Orc Jetpack guys, a couple of Knob Squig Rider guys, Squig Boss, Knob Squig, I don't remember. They're the bosses. And some other shit. It really just revolves around Squig Riders. Everybody that's on a Squig is in that list. I love it. And they gave them all feel no pains now. I'm like, dude, now we're talking. This is great. I'm excited. All my squigs have feel no pains. They're feeling no pain. And then my Stompa actually has an invul save. What's going on? Boom, 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 boom. I'm still trying to remember all the 40k words because I'm so used to playing Age of Sigmar. So my brain is just like hard set on Sigmar stuff. But now that I'm like getting back into 40k with the new edition, I'm just like, all right, what does this thing do? And I'm like quizzing myself. It also helps for analyzing my army because I'm just like, wait, this thing has lethal hits. What is lethal hits? I'm like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. But this thing has Twin Link. What's Twin Link? I'm like, oh yeah, okay. I have to literally like keep going through each thing like, oh yeah, that's okay. Yeah, there's some new terms too. Very good. Let's give that the old wet dry brush here. Very nice. One more. All right. Did I miss any? No, I think we're still good. Go up here. Alright, getting up top. I actually really like the new Battle Shock stuff. I think it's pretty cool. So I'm excited to play with that. I'm really just excited to try all the new rules. Mainly because there's also less stratagems to remember, so that's fun. I honestly hated the amount of stratagems in the old thing. Like, pretty much everybody hated it unless you were somebody that knew them all, which was like a fraction of an already small fraction. Alright. Let's just... Alrighty. Yeah, I actually like the streamlining of it all. I think it's make a lot more fun. Dude, melee profile, just like all the profile attacks is so much nicer now too. Like, my god. Especially someone who learned from like Age of Sigmar and being like, oh, okay, this thing says what I do, and then I do it. And then 40k, they're like, you gotta allocate melee, and then look up this, and then look over here, and then go over here, and I'm just like, bleh. And still like, some melee's a little confusing, but it's like way better than what it was. It's like 100% better. Alright, well, now we go on to the back part. Yeah, the upgrades being free is pretty cool. And then you have to buy your, what do you call it for points? I can't remember what they're called. They're like at the end of your list. I keep thinking adaptations, not adaptations. Enhancements, yeah. I don't know. I know I thought of adaptations. I think the enhancements are actually a cool thing as well, to just like, you're like, oh, you know, they're right there, easy to pick up. I've been playing on off since 5th edition, all seemingly welcome to it. Yeah, honestly, as somebody like 9th edition was my first go at 40k. I wasn't even a big 40k person. I play Xenos armies and that's it, because I don't really like humans. I'm not a big human fantasy person. People have been here for a while know that. But I was like, you know what, orcs, I like robot aliens. And I like Zerg stuff from StarCraft, which Tyranids are literally, you know, Zerg are based off them. So I was like, alright. But I swear to God, like, learning 40k, especially if I didn't know how to play Age of Sigmar already, I would have been, my brain would have been fried. Okay. Well, get in here. I need more paint. All right. Do that. There's something else that I hated that they changed. Can't remember what it was. It was something. Oh, I was making an army. Dude, I hated making an army. Everyone was like, it's so easy. It's so easy. You just do detachments and do the thing. And I was like, all right, I want my Stampa and I want this. Or like, I want Silent King. And then they're like, oh, you have to do like a Titanic detachment or whatever the shit it was. And then you have to like do this. And then it shows the command points you get. But don't use the app because the app's wrong. It doesn't show it. And I was just like... I just want to run my shit. I don't care about all this detachment stuff. I felt like an old person trying to use a phone. Oh yeah, looking that green. I don't even know what I said, looking that green. I like the look of that green. Looking that green. Yeah, people who've already done it numerous times. It's so easy. I just, you know, as long as you just know what you're doing, it's really easy. Even like people I knew, I would have to like ask my 40k like tournament playing friend, like, how many command points do I get? And he'd be like, hold on, you get this many. I'm like, okay, cool. And then just trying to know all the stratagems. My biggest issue with the stratagems previously, which I think was a big issue for everybody, which is why they changed it, was there's like a third of the stratagems were good, a third of the stratagems were extremely situational, and then a third of them were just garbage. And so it was like, you gotta know them all just in case somebody gotcha moments you and you're like, oh, I do here. And they're like, oh, I activated my stratagem trap card where I never see this played because nobody ever uses it, but my specific thing allows it. It's like, oh, cool. I didn't do my stratagem encyclopedia research. So I guess I just lose and took hours out of my day to play this game to have that happen. That's neat. So I get why they've changed it. Alright. Let's go up here. I always love hearing people talk about 40k stuff, and then they'll always be like, oh man, you should check out like this army, and I'm like, nah, I hate humans. And they're like, wait, really? What about like these people? I'm like, nah, it's still a little too human. Like, to me, the closest thing I would get to non-humans that I would play are either Death Guard, Thousand Suns, and like mutant chaos things. But like, I don't feel inspired by them, you know what I mean? Like, I don't mind them, but I'm not like, man, I want to play those things. While with orcs and necrons and stuff, I love those things. Or Tyranids. Like, those are things I actually want to play and build and paint and stuff. Which honestly is fine. It's better for my, it's better for my bank account. Especially after all my Sigmar army. What unit is this called? This is Catan, or Catan? I don't even remember. Catan Void Dragon. Okay. Alrighty. Looking solid. He's got some leg cracks up here. Let's get in there. And here. Alright. Would you play Gene Stealer cults? If they gave Gene Stealer cults new models, I'd consider it. But currently, no. I'm also not a big fan of Gene Stealer cult vehicles. They're literally just like normie vehicles. I don't like that. If I'm gonna have vehicles, I want it to be a weird Necron space croissant squig riding orcs. Like, even my orc vehicles, I just like squigs. I don't even really like the big vehicles they have. Outside of the Stompa, of course, and or like the Kill Rig, which is powered by a squig, and then Tyranids. So I don't know. Let's see. Get in here. Oh, jeez. I'm gonna put more paint on. I also got some flayed ones I didn't build, so I'm probably gonna build those. They actually look pretty solid. I feel like a unit of 5 to 10 flayed ones can do some good stuff. They're not too expensive. I'll probably try those out. Plus, I think flayed ones just look cool. Let's see. God, I have to like get in here. Very nice. A little bit down here. Nice. One more. Alright. Hear me out, a World Eaters, Khitan Ravager, or Lord of Skulls. So here's the thing, alright? I actually don't like corn. I think it may stem from my Age of Sigmar Seraphon playing and going up against Bloodthirsters and absolutely despising them and their stupid giant mortal wound bubble. But that is probably part of it. Actually, Bloodthirsters may be one of my least favorite things to go against. And now, Khorne's even, they used to at least be, like, bad, you know? They'd be like, I run my Bloodthirster list, then I'm shot, and I'm dead. Like, oh, geez. Now, they're just like, Brass Skull Meteor. Oh, I get to spend 1 Blood Tithe point, and I move, like, 5 units into yours, and you're in combat. And you're like, wow, cool. Oh, by the way, I deny your spell. By the way, I have, like, a 5-up feel no spell thing. By the way, I literally just shit out Blood Tithe points. Like, oh my god. This is so annoying. I hate it. And it also hard counters my amazing lizard men that are the best faction in Warhammer. So it's pretty dumb. Personally, my favorite Chaos faction is probably Nurgle. I really love Nurgle. I might even try playing, I haven't looked at, like, Nurgle and all their index cards or whatever, but, like, I play him in Sigmar, but I might try him in 40k once I get a little better at the game. I love Nurgle, man. The Sarugami, 35 months, almost to 3 years. Thank you, Sarugami. Sweet. Thank you for the 35 months. Need some more paint. And then, obviously I love, like, Goatmen, Beastmen, and then I love, Skaven, but they're, like, they're not in 40k chaos, you know? I wish Skaven were in 40k, I would love that. I'd be playing Space Rats every game. Can you imagine just Skaven scaled up with like 40k technology? They'd be doing like they'd be doing like 10d6 damage or something, or either you do 10d6 damage to something or like take 5d6 damage or back at yourself if your thing explodes. Like they'd be your mortal wounds. It'd be insane and I would love it. I get in here. Yep. Bit there. Let's get a little brighter over here. That's actually what made me excited. Them putting the Beastmen updated models in 40k with that Kill Team box. I was like, dude, that means maybe potentially Beastmen in 40k? That would be my main army, honestly. And then it also made me happy because I'm like, dude, maybe new Beastmen sculpts in general, new Beastmen updates for like all the old shit from their Age of Sigmar thing. It'd be pretty neat. It'd be pretty cool. New Bestigors? At least give me a new Dragon Ogre Shaggoth, which, by the way, he also needs some help. Just in general. How metagamey is the Warhammer board game? It's, depends who you're playing with. If you're at a tournament, very. If you're just playing with friends, not as crazy. It really just depends. You can make it as metagamey as you want, depending. There's people that will actually bring variety and be like, I just want to run my fun units and have a good game and not do anything crazy. And then there's some guy that's just like, I've brought 40 of one unit and one leader, and I'm gonna literally shit on you with my strat I spend days thinking about. Most people are casual players, though, I would say. Or like casually competitive, you know? Like that type. That's kind of how I am. Like, I play to win. I want to win, but I also want to have fun. I also, usually what I do is I bring like a few competitive units where I'm like, these are really good. Then I bring a list kind of tailored to what I want to do, and then I bring like 1 or 2 fun units that I'm like, I don't even care that these are bad, like I just want to run them. That's what I do when I play Skaven. I just bring my Doom Wheel, or I bring like I'd say the Hell Pit. The Hell Pit's actually kind of good. My Doom Wheel's kind of the or I'll bring like a Plague Catapult. I'm like, listen, the Plague Catapult sucks ass, but I love using the Plague Catapult. It's also, yeah, it's fun when you actually win with the things that are bad. Either because you like roll well, or it's just everything goes right. It's kind of like, you know, in like MOBAs, like League of Legends or Dota or anything, where you play a really shitty champion, but even with a shitty champion, like a good player playing in lower tiers can still win with that champion. Or if you just get good enough with them, like you can still win some games. It's kind of like that. Or you can kind of just win based on strategy and mechanics. Yo, he's actually turning out pretty good. And by turning out pretty good, I've literally just painted all his like green electricity. But that's kind of all you need to do for him to pop out a bit. Alright. Now I just gotta go in, kind of find the spots I missed, or find the spots that really need touching up a bit. Right now I'm working on my Slan, because I finished my Lord Croak. Well, I'm like as close to finish as you can be, so I'm pretty happy about that. Took so long to paint that Lord Croak. In fact, he's right here. Hold on. Here's Lord Croak. Here he is. Lord Croak. Yeehaw. Wahoo. Ready to cast like 48 mortal wounds in a turn. So yeah. I'm pretty happy that I turned out. Yeah, I wanted him to be like almost like a carnival or whatever, you know what I mean? Where it's like very colorful, but he's just this, he's like this old dead frog in a swamp. So like his base is all like swampy, and then he's just got this big like old stone gold throne floating around, but then he's just got a bunch of really colorful feathers and stuff. Plus it helps him pop out a bit. So I was like, if he's just sitting there on his throne, he kind of just blends in with everything else. But if I give him the feathers, your eyes go directly to him. Like, oh, there he is. Like, he's got his magenta hat. Having a great time with all the snakes and everything. So yeah, I was pretty happy with that. It's really good. Hey, thanks. I've actually been, it'll be 4 years in a couple weeks that I got back into Warhammer. After a 20-year hiatus. And those 20 years were really just me not really doing anything, but being a kid, being like, wow, I love lizard men, and I don't know how to build anything. In fact, I made a video about it. I was showing my old my old Slan from Warhammer Fantasy 6th edition I bought because they had the pre-order things up, or made to order things, I think is what it is. So I was like, dude, I can relive that 20 years ago me moment, except I'll actually be able to build it. Hold on. In fact, it's right over here. I'll show you. This is well worth seeing. Let me get it. Oh boy. Oh. All right, so here we are. There he is. Yep. It's him, all right. And this is his throne. So he sits like this. Needs a little, probably gonna need a little bit of like shaping. And then he's got his big ass thing back. Wait, it goes this way? I think it goes this way. Yeah. Like that.
Thanks.
Jesus. And then he's got his temple guard. And they all carry him on his palanquin thing like this. It's like that, and then all the temple guard are just carrying him along. Whoa! Like that. So this will be a fun thing to build. Dude, I got this for like my 13th birthday, and I was just like, I remember being like, yeah, the Slan, this is so cool. And I remember being like, what do I do? Like, I didn't know how to build this thing at all. So I would just be like, hey, here he is. I literally would just bring him like this and be like, hey, he's my Slan. Because me and my friends would play, but we weren't playing correctly. You know what I mean? You would just be like, here's my Slan guy. And then we just like rolled random dice. And we essentially played it like action figures. So yeah, now I can actually build him. And see how well it goes. In fact, I still have a couple of my old lizard men guys from back then. Hold on, I'll show them off. Jocks with the 70 war painting. Yes, thank you, Jocks. I'll leave him here. Swing. Thank you, Jocks, for the big 7-0. All right, here we go. I think they're... What's them? And here... Oh, here they are. Alright. Behold. Oh! Alright, they're fine. Luckily they don't break, because they're literally like a pound each. So here they are. These are 13-year-old Crendor classics. Look at these. Oh yeah. I think the only reason I was able to build these was I went to my grandpa, who was an engineer, and He like built models of like cars and stuff, and I was like, hey, I want to build these lizard guys. Can you help? And I think we just used like industrial strength glue on this shit. He just loaded that up, and it stuck. And then we got the shield. And you know, I mean, it's still holding up to this day, you know? Same with this one. You can see it's loaded up. It's a little wobbly in there. God damn. This guy doesn't even have a shield. Doesn't matter. He doesn't even have his plastic shield. Unbelievable. But still, like, I used to have these. Like, I loved this back in the day. I was like, this is so cool. It's and honestly, now it's just so much easier being a kid and getting into Warhammer because everything's plastic. Like, look at this. Look at this. This is like a feather. Literally weighs like a feather. In fact, this guy weighs more than this thing. Like, it's crazy. My God. Ugh. Alright. There we go. I think the big thing, the reason I really wanted to play Warhammer and got into it back in the day was, like, when you're a kid, you're playing with action figures and stuff, right? You're like, yeah, action figures. And then you start hitting that, like, 12, 13 range, and you're just kind of like, yeah, I'm kind of becoming an adult. So you don't want to, you lose the willingness to play with action figures. Some people don't, but, you know. And then you see Warhammer, and you're like, dude, these are kind of like adult action figures, you know? But you're still kind of a dumb kid, so you don't know how to like build shit and do anything. But now, you become an adult, and then you can build and play with your adult action figures. Very fun. Alright, here we go. Nice. Alright. I got into 40k with the books and the idea I can have a model I can use instead of something that sits collecting dust. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I agree. It's kind of, that's, at first I was like, I'm just gonna paint to relive the nostalgia. And then I was like, I mean, I used to want to play the game. Maybe I'll learn to play the game. And then I was like, you know, there's a lot of different armies I like and want to play the game with, and now it's just, it's a full-blown, we'll say hobby instead of addiction. Yeah. Uh-oh. I'm gonna have to glue this part back. But it is nice. I think that's the thing people talk about with, like, Tabletop Simulator, you know what I mean? Where people want to play on Tabletop Simulator, but, like, there is something to be said for being able to play with your models that you built and painted, and you, like, put it on the table, and you're like, dude, like, I built this, like, I painted this, like, you bring it to life, and now you're playing a game with it. And, like, other people are playing, and they're like, oh, dude, that's pretty sick. And you're like, hey, thanks. You know? You get to see things other people have done. So it's actually really nice in that aspect. There's also quite a bit of people you meet, much like anything. But it's been fun meeting the wide variety of people. There's actually a lot more, just like random normal people than I thought there would be with Warhammer. You know what I mean? Like, normally you think it's gonna be like nerdy guys, which it is. Or like, you know, people that go on Twitch. But there's been like a lot of people I've seen that are just normal looking dudes. Like, some guy came in, he literally looked like one of the Property Brothers from HGTV. And he's like, yeah, I'm picking up my Necron thing. And I was like, I would never have guessed that man plays Warhammer, or at least builds and paints Warhammer. Like, it blew my mind. Let's get up there. Fun, crazy match experiences. That's a good question. I've had a lot of crazy Warhammer games. I'm trying to think if there's any, like, insane moments. There definitely were. I think I just can't think of them off the top of my head. There was my last Skaven game where I kept rolling really well on my warp lightning cannons and never hurting myself. Oh yeah, that's true. There are a lot of military guys and stuff like that. I've heard it's a good, like, recommended hobby for people with PTSD and stuff, which makes sense. It's like you're focusing on something. Thanks. It's taking your mind off, you know, whatever it's focused on. You're kind of just painting and chilling out. So I get it. Yeah, get up here. Good. Well, Cardinal with the 64 months. Thank you for the Nintendo 64 months. Cardinal, Pog Painting, Crendor. Thank you very much for Nintendo 64 months. What the? What's somebody know about this? Thank you for the Nintendo 64 months. You mix your paint with Tesseract, looks so much smoother. No. It's just straight up moot green. It could be a few factors. Maybe you didn't thin it down enough, possibly. It's also, I'm painting it over silver. So the fact that I primed it in silver and I'm painting it over that could be a big thing. Because it's gonna keep some of that base coat underneath because it's gonna be transparent. So it might help it just shine a bit more and kind of glow in a way. Which was kind of what I was hoping. I didn't even paint his thing! Okay, hold on, here we go. One of my favorite people to play Warhammer with is this guy. Stoner guy. And he's just a funny dude. He's like fun to play with. He's not like a try-hard, but he's actually pretty good at the game. He's like gotten better, but he's like massive stoner, but it's because he has back pain. And he just says some of the craziest shit. And he's hilarious. And every time he makes a mistake, I'll be like, you can go back and reroll. Like, he'll forget to do something in a previous phase. And he's just like, nah, man, gotta learn. I'm like, you go back and do that if you want. He's like, nah, I gotta learn. You gotta learn. He said that, like, I think 20 times. Very nice. He also had a few moments where, like, he'd get distracted, and then I'm like, alright, you have, like, 5 saves at -2 red, and then he's like, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I forgot what was even happening. And I'm like, you're fighting over here. He's like, oh, yeah, that's right, I got you. I love that dude. Alright, go up here. There we go. Very good. But yeah, I'm pumped for 10th edition. It'll be fun. I'm excited to try it out. It can't be can't be any worse than 9th edition. So that's good. Everybody I've heard that's played it said they've had fun. jeez. A bit here. Did I get all that? I think I did. Alright, my first game of version 10 rules of deployment missions are very, very fun, and some are fresh. Yeah, I haven't even really looked that much at the mission stuff. So I'm excited to see the missions too. That was another, oh my god, that was it. I hated a lot of the 9th edition scoring. Like a lot of the missions, and I don't know, there's just a lot of scoring things that I hated with it. So I'm excited to see how they've improved with that. Some of it was just confusing, some of it was just completely garbage. Ooh, there we go. Yeah. Whoop. Like, okay, this one's like a bias complaint. And I've had people be like, of course, blah, blah. But I hated the fact that if I was gonna play Necrons, right, everybody would take the thing where, or the mission, what is it called? The scoring thing where you score based on models you kill, because Necrons bring models back and then you kill them. So not only is it just a complete anti-Necron mechanic, but then you have to like keep track of all this stuff, so it's like, if they, it was just, I hated it. I hated it so much. And it would have been fine if they even just said like, keep track of models excluding like reanimated or like brought back to life shit. Like that's all they had to do. But they didn't. And someone's like, Crendor's good, but like, yeah, it literally counters an entire army. If you have a thing where you, every time you play this army, you pick that mission to score stuff, that's like, that's garbage. That's stupid. I hated it. I gotta move this over. Okay. So that's my rant. So I'm excited just to see how the new edition plays with like new missions and all that, but it sounds pretty promising. And then I love that everything's just simplified in terms of like readability and the stratagems and like memorizing shit. It's nice. And I like the generalized stratagems, 'cause that's stuff they did in Age of Sigmar, so I'm used to that now. Apparently they did it in 30k. I don't play 30k, but I heard they did something similar to that. But yeah. Do I play any other war games? I do not. Warhammer's kind of the only one that interests me. I don't know. I've seen like Star Wars stuff where I'm like, that's kind of neat, but I don't know. I'm too far into the Warhammer now, man. I have like I have like crates, not crates, but like containers on containers of just armies. For example, okay, so 40k again, I have Orc, Tyrannid, Necron. Those are my armies. Then in Sigmar, I have Cruel Boys, Bone Splitters, Ironjaws, Ossiarch Bone Reapers, Ogres, Deepkin, Nighthaunt, Tzeentch, Skaven, Seraphon, Sylvaneth, Beast of Chaos, Nurgle, Gits, Sons of Behemoth. And I think that's it. Yes. How many of those armies are painted? That's not important. Yeah, listen, it started snowballing, but now I'm at the point now I'm at the point where I like have all the armies I want. I've got all the things, so now I'm just kind of working through everything, you know? I don't need to buy anymore. I'm good. Unless they like come out with some new army that I like. But that's not looking like a thing. See how we looking now. I still got some. Like a little up top here. Part of the problem is like I'm in the Cool Kid Games Workshop thing where they send me stuff to promote. But part of the problem with that is they send me stuff, right? Like they'll be like, "Oh, here's or they sent me like I don't know, hold on. What's some shit I got? They would send me like a new Gits Battle Force box, right? Like, oh, here's a Gloomspite Git Battle Force box. And you're like, oh, cool. But then you build it, and I'm like, well, now I need more Gits. I don't have enough Gits now. So then I spend my own money to buy a full Gits army. So it's essentially like they gave me drugs to show off to everyone, and then I end up doing all the drugs. So, yeah. All right. But it's fun. Why do I have this here? Put this over here. Nice. I'm getting high off my own supply. That's what happened with 40k. When 40k stuff was coming out, they gave me a kill rig, and then they gave me I think like a pack of Squig Riders, and that was it. And I was like, well, now I want to play 40k. And then I ended up buying like 9 more Squig Riders, the Mozrog Scragbad, and like the Stampa, and then a couple other orc things. So I essentially just ended up buying a shit ton more so I could have a full army. It is kind of weird that Voltan's a Xenos faction, actually. I didn't even realize that. I was like, what are my Xenos factions? Who are my friendly Xenos factions? Because I was looking at them and I was like, Votan? Is there like a lore reason why they're Xenos? 40k orcs are pretty flavorful, yeah. Anything that isn't human is Xenos. Oh, no wonder I like them. Everything else is like, at least for me. In fact, I'm probably gonna end up just contrast painting a bunch of the Squig Riders. I painted a bunch of my normal Squigs and Gloomspite Gits, so I kind of know how to paint Squigs with contrast paint. I say know how to, but like, it's literally just contrast paint. It's just easy when you have like a bunch of shit. I'm just like, dude, I don't want to. I have so many things. I'm just like using contrast on a bunch of them because it's just easy. But like big models like this, I'm gonna paint normally. You know what I mean? Like the centerpiece models, I paint normally, or like Lord Croak and stuff. But listen, I'm not about to paint like 80 clan rats. All right, I'm not about to paint like 30 Saurus warriors with normal paint. Like I'm just gonna throw some contrast on. I'm gonna dry brush them, and I'm gonna have a good time because it's better than them not being painted. So yeah. So yeah. All right. Well, I gotta go eat dinner now because it's almost 1 a.m. and I gotta go eat dinner like a normal person. So, you know what? I made progress. This is honestly pretty solid. Because now instead of just being a giant silver primed guy, he's a giant silver primed guy, but he's got green energy. So it helps him, it contrasts him a little bit. You know what I mean? I like it a lot. I think the green looks sick. And then I still don't know what I want to paint the rest of them. Maybe I'll paint this like a brass, because it's like the Rune Lord brass is very Necron-y. And so I'll probably do that for like his helmet and his wings, and I'll probably keep him silver, and then maybe his spear. I don't know what I'll do with that. That'll be good. I'll have to paint these so they're a different color from him too. I don't know, we'll figure it out. Either way, thanks for watching. If you're new here, click the follow button. Follow along, be alerted when I go live. I have my Warhammer channel if you want to check that out. YouTube.com/Warhammer Crendor or !Warhammer in the chat. You can go check those out. That's where I rant. I've done some painting and building stuff over there. Thanks everybody for subscribing, resubscribing, dropping bits. Thank you very much. And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. I have a Blood Bowl tomorrow night. Blood Bowl, Blood Bowl, Blood Bowl. It was supposed to be on Friday and it got delayed because their internet was bad. So tomorrow's Blood Bowl. Today, technically. Okay? Okay. See ya. I gotta go turn off the camera over here. Oh.